Whew, we can put our picnic blankets away, crisis averted, and we're good to go this time. We finally made it to our fourth game of the day, the Power Rangers facing off against Cloud9. Should be a good one. Before the break, we talked about Power Rangers being the best of one team, known for their upsets in Starladder, past seasons of group stages, and Cloud9 will certainly have their work cut out for them. I'm Zayori, joined by Gods. What's up, buddy? How you doing?
Pretty good. Looking forward to this game. My first time seeing Power Rangers in a while. I've been catching a lot of Cloud9 play and Starladder and WC and other tournaments, but Power Rangers definitely a team to look out for.
Yes, absolutely. They do have their permanent stand-in here. We just Zik. Unfortunately, they lost Scandal, who was their mid player for quite some while, and now they have Shachlo on their squad. So it's an interesting mix of players, and let's take a look at the standings. How have Power Rangers been doing in this group stage? I think they've only played a couple of games, and they are sitting in 8th spot right now, only 2-1, so still quite a few games to go. And Cloud9, they have won their 2 games so far today, so that pushes them now to 5-2 with 7 games played. So, yeah, should be good stuff. And of course, after this, it will be kind of the grudge match of Power Rangers versus Alliance. So Power Rangers have a nice warm-up game here to get the blood flowing, as they say.
Cloud9.
Yeah, well, getting ourselves into the draft, nothing crazy as far as the bans are concerned. Void is banned on the first stage, which it's kind of a situational. Against some teams, you want to ban it, and depending on what you want to go. But Brewmaster, right off the bat for Power Rangers, this is a hero that some teams really favor. Alliance have been playing it a lot with Jesse, and it is one of the best kind of tempo controlling mid heroes in the game. So doesn't really push down towers on his own, but he's really good at zoning people out.
Cloud9's turn to ban.
Doom, a pretty good hero to deal with both Brew and Batrider, really. Unfortunately for Cloud9, that means there will be a lot of Doom targets, and maybe they'll grab a few more cores here. That is one way to deal with the Doombringer. You can only use the ultimate on so many people, so you have to kind of pick your poison, and that will leave somebody with a big ultimate available. Maybe, well, probably not tied here since they have the Batrider, but not a bad start. Also, Death Prophet with a Silence, a pretty good tool to deal with both these heroes as well.
Yeah, Power Rangers are going to be all about like engaging and just going at Cloud9. When you get Batrider and Brewmaster, I mean, not a huge fan of picking up the two heroes together just because I feel they do kind of similar things, which is start fights. Like often you'll see Brewmaster lead a fight with a Blink Clap. Batrider similar story with the Blink Lasso. So I feel there is some overlap, but that's where they just want to overwhelm Cloud9. So Cloud9 are going to be ready for some really strong mid-game aggression.
Yeah, and with that, Cloud9 will ban out the Vengeful Spirit with their 4th choice. Makes a lot of sense here. We've seen how potent she can be in dealing with the Batrider. Swap out the lasso target, breaks the lasso, and usually keeps your buddy alive there. Power Rangers ban out a lot of pushing heroes, but you can't take them all out of the pool. And Cloud9 settle on the Shadow Shaman for some wards to go that Exorcism. But here we go. The Power Rangers rocking the Wisp with their 3rd pick.
Yeah, I like seeing a lot of these CIS teams been picking Wisps lately, and it's a fun hero to watch. It's definitely fallen out of favor somewhat, but still enjoying Wisp when we get to see it. It definitely got to a point like around the TI3 time where I was like, oh, it's another Wisp. But nowadays it's fun seeing the little fella.
The little fella, yeah. It'll be even more fun once the Wisp cosmetics are ready to rock and roll.
Yeah.
Even a Wisp needs some fashion.
Some way or another, but Cloud9 get the Earthshaker, great counter initiator against the Brewmaster barrier, less so against the Brewmaster because he normally initiates with an ultimate, which Fish doesn't help against, but against Batrider pretty strong, and they've just got all around good lanes.
Yeah.
Cloud9's turn to ban.
And Tiny, there you go. I was wondering what Power Rangers would do, and they'll keep it standard. They just pick up the Granite Champion.
Yep. Yeah, I think it's all right. Good burst damage for bringing down Death Prophet, at least early on. Eventually, Death Prophet kind of tanks up. You get Yules to throw Tiny up in the air because Tiny's not getting a BKB until like his 3rd, 4th item. You got to get the Yags, you got to get the treads, the drums, whatever else it may be. So, at least early on, you can theoretically get some kills on Death Prophet in the laning stage, but it gets a lot harder once Death Prophet gets few items.
Yeah. And that will secure some late game potential for Power Rangers at least, but probably an Envy Doom here, I would guess. Fought a Death Prophet.
The Dooms, I'd say
Maybe more Bone
50-50.
7.
I think it could
Yeah.
be Bone 7, yeah.
Dire
I'm
team
not
banned.
I think it's better in the offlane in general, but like you said, Envy's played a lot of it, so it goes definitely both ways. And there's
Nice
not many
flex
Bone
pick.
7 here. It's like if his Prophet was still in the pool, I'd like to probably agree. Yeah, you could pick up something like the Prophet. So with I don't
10
know,
seconds
plays really
remaining.
good clockwork, but no Batrider for him. No,
5
yeah,
seconds remaining.
no Prophet. So I think it'll be a Doom for Bone 7, but could go either way.
Yeah, we'll see. Clockwork
Reserve
is
time.
definitely an option, and Cloud9 could use a long-range initiator. They have plenty. I guess Doom will probably grab a Blink Dagger regardless, so he sort of serves a similar role. Just kind of depends on what they're feeling. Clockwork is not particularly useful here. He's really good in some lineups, and I don't think he's ever really a bad choice, but I guess some of it will depend on what Power Rangers choose to take out here. Maybe they're tackling the same conundrum we are. Where will that Doom be going? And it looks like they think it'll be in the offlane as they take out the Ember Spirit.
Okay, okay. I mean, if it is going to be the offlane Doom, Envy's. I wonder what he's going to be on. There's
Maybe
like Clinks in the
Luna?
pool still.
Luna's a
Luna's
good option.
sounds a lot better than Clinks. Yeah, I like that idea a lot better.
Especially with all this pushing power they already have, that nice
Yeah.
aura early on, and a hard carry that can at least give Tiny a run for his money towards that late game period.
10 seconds
Yeah.
remaining.
He's been playing some great Spectre games as well. Normally more against Tinkers, but
5
I
seconds
wouldn't mind the
remaining.
Spectre too much. I think against Wiz Tiny, you definitely get space early on to get your early farm, and
Reserve
I think
time.
Spectre's an fairly good option. I don't know.
Yeah, it kind of
We'll see.
depends if Cloud9 see themselves taking this late against the Tiny or if they want to end this sooner rather than later. And they already have the
Yeah.
beginnings of a good push draft. And they were the ones to ban out the Jakiro, which is a little bit interesting. They could have run a tri-lane core Jakiro here. And I don't know that Envy really plays that so much, but could have been an option for them. Obviously not what they're interested in.
Well, when they're not sure what they're interested in because they are using their extra time letting it dwindle. So either not sure or just wanting to finish up their last few bites of dinner. And it's going to be
There's the Centaur.
Dire team
So yeah,
lead.
the MB Doom most likely.
Okay. But a nice bout of aggression here, and once he gets that Blink Dagger, a lot of Blink Dagger carriers on this Cloud9 team, so it looks like they'll want to be pretty aggressive and active in that mid-game when Tiny is starting to come online and shut him down before he hits that critical mass towards the late game. Power Rangers will need their second support here, and a lot of options still available for them. They are lacking a
10
little bit in the crowd
seconds
control.
remaining.
Something like a Lion might not be a bad choice.
5 seconds
Yeah,
remaining.
Lion not bad. Sand an option as well, I guess.
Reserve
But
time.
I feel they also need like a good Wisp isn't really good in the lane, so he doesn't zone people out. So they need someone that's a strong laning support. But that's most of those are banned out. Jakira's banned out. Scareth banned out. Shadow
Yeah.
Shaman was taken by Cloud9, so
Yeah,
strong
Skyrath would have been
supports
perfect
are-
here.
Yeah, Disruptor's probably not one of the better options, maybe.
Yeah.
Because the level 1 Thunderstrike, but yeah, I'm not sure what they've got planned. Batrider can always go jungle if they want to pick up another core hero, but that's very, very greedy.
Yeah, I don't know that they'll want to try that. I think if they went for just a jungling Batrider and like an off-lane Tide or something, they would just get punished so hard by Cloud9, or they would just get out-greeded. That's kind of a scenario where Cloud9 tend to shine is when the opposition goes greed mode. That's their bread and butter, and they're pretty damn good at it.
Yep.
But,
So
all right, they grab Bane.
Okay.
Cloud9's
Okay.
turn to pick.
Yeah, it's you normally pick for the Fiend script to go through BKB, which there's no real obvious. I mean, Doom goes BKB eventually, but he's blinking and dooming and then using the BKB to stay alive. So, sure, maybe you
Yeah.
kill him with the Fiend script, but
The Bane pick does seem a little bit odd here. It does solve some of their crowd control issues, but like you mentioned, it's usually about setup, either a Marana arrow or something else in tandem with the ability to cut through BKB. So, yeah, I don't know. I guess just a hero they're comfortable with.
yeah, I think that's. I mean, at this point, like whether each support offers something slightly different. The Disruptor, the Bane, CM, whatever it may be, and I think this is largely like a comfort support, maybe. A lot of the CIS teams like running their Bane.
Yeah. Well, this
Prepare
Bat Rider,
for
the
battle.
Fire Starter Gas Mask. Oh man, it always looks funny if you ask me. He looks like he's. I've been watching a lot of Breaking Bad, and it just reminds me of Walter White.
Yeah.
Working the oven. But, okay, Wisp will start off in the off lane here with the Bat Rider, maybe just to give him a little bit of movement speed boost to get this first ward down before he rotates up towards the top lane. But Cheshire Cat blocks off this camp here, and we'll get some nice vision into the Radiant jungle. So that's good news. We'll make his laning presence a little bit easier. And
that's really nice, because like AUI, he goes down immediately to bottom lane to try scout where they ward, and the fact that Batrider had boots and had the tether movement speed, he gets there first.
Yep. So, small victory for Power Rangers. Nice plays to get things started. It looks like it will be a dual lane mid. Moon, the carry player on the Tiny, and we just will rendezvous with him here. So up in the top lane, that puts J4 on the Bane, who will be protecting Shotchlo on the safe lane Brewmaster. So the 2-2-1 coming out from Power Rangers. We've seen the Tiny Wisp mid pretty frequently, and Power Rangers will keep it steady.
Yep. Okay. I wonder, Cloud9, as far as their lanes go, Pilot maybe starts up top with the fissure block. Ooh, what's he got planned here? Pilot he's got some shenanigans. Okay. Yep. One fissure. Yeah, just to slow things down with the creep wave.
And I think he'll go back to the well before he ends up going to the lane. No, he'll just get a super block here.
I think he's going to block, and like you say, like he's not using clarity, so if he wanted to go lane, he'd probably use... Well, he'll have another fissure soon. Yeah.
Okay, starts off the block, then lets Bone 7 take over when it gets to the tower, and he'll head back.
This is like that PPD 9 position support. Like you help out your off lane, then you go Fountain. Like he doesn't even get to see a creep.
Yeah. One of them will sneak by, but still pretty decent lane positioning for Cloud9, and Bone 7 will go ahead and just devour right away. And really where he wants this lane to be. So off lane Bone 7 here. Earthshaker will just help him out to get things started, and now he'll head to the mid, recognizing that Fada will have his work cut out for him in a 2v1. Will at least linger nearby to throw some helpful fissures. And that means in the bottom lane, Eternal Envy is farming away on the Centaur. This is an interesting change of pace. And that puts Owie 2000 on the support Shadow Shaman.
It's cool. This is what we've seen EG do a lot of with Fear on like the safe lane Centaur, and just go for the early blink, look to control the game from there, and your one position hero, so to speak, is more your mid laner. So Fat on the Death Prophet's kind of like the true carry this game. Top lane, a lot of aggression on Bone 7. Ooh, he's getting pummeled away near the tower, but he'll be okay.
Yep, Boots first with that Scorched Earth. He should be able to survive just fine. So Fada finding a fair bit of farm in the mid against this 2v1, and Moon, takes a fissure and almost takes a fall to get things started, down to 75 hit points, and will get salved up, and Wisp will tether up his buddy for some extra regeneration. Wisp grabbing a bottle with a set of tangos, so plenty of regeneration to go Tiny's way, who is also farming pretty much on point with Fada. So yeah, you mentioned Eternal Envy in the safe lane going for the blink very quickly, and it's good news. And usually in the safe lane farm, you say, well, that's great, but he's going to suffer from lack of experience. But in a 1v1 matchup, Cheshire Cat's just trying to leech experience, and his supports really just have to rotate to lane to make their presence known, but they can give him most of the solo XP. So he'll be hitting level 6 at a pretty timely manner as well.
Yeah, Cheshire Cat's just a bit unsure of like where AUI is often. He does see him every now and then with this Observer Ward, so he gets a bit of an idea. But even when he doesn't, it's like he pokes his head out. AUI has boots, so he can get to the lane very quickly, so it's got to be careful.
Yeah, Pilot grabs the Haster in at the 2-minute mark from the bottom position and does a fair bit of damage to that 0 armor Wisp as he pokes him around. Doom will leave the top lane as he loses a bit of the lane control and just goes for the Devour. He does have the Mana Burn creep right now. Won't have a Devour for another 20 seconds and may save it for that Satyr Tormentor. One of the better creeps for Doom to grab in lane.
Yeah. All right. Well, Doom, yeah, he's just playing the core. I mean, at this point, it's more often just about getting the most experience possible as well. So he's less caring about the spell and more just wanting to power level and farm as fast as possible. So may suicide. He's level 3, actually level 3, so probably doesn't want to suicide here. So we'll see. We'll see things going pretty well for Cloud9, I'd say. Like the Batrider just not wanting to contest the lane. The mid lane's going well for Fata, so I think all in all, it's a good start for Cloud9. The other thing they've done is not let Wisp get runes. When you go for this bottle rush on Wisp, you want Wisp to control runes so that he can keep coming back to mid lane and keep giving Tiny HP and mana. But the fact that ES gets a 2-minute rune, if Cloud9 can get the 4-minute rune as well, that really helps out this mid lane. It looks like he may even bottle Crow with the Curry here. Yeah, he's going to bottle Crow.
Yep. No real option there. And part of the value in this build is giving that Tiny plenty of mana sustain so he can be a little more aggressive with his toss and avalanche. And with an empty bottle, that just really doesn't help you out so much. Cheshire Cat in a small bit of trouble here. Will get shackled as he moves to the high ground, and Pile Die says, well, not much I can do here, so he'll take a little harassment and just move out of the bottom lane.
This could be first blood top, though.
Oh, yeah, there. Oh, the uphill miss. Doesn't matter. Bone 7 still finds it with the Scorched Earth, but Eo survives a little bit longer than anticipated.
Cloud9 is so good about checking runes, and then after they make it a second kill Moon against the double damage.
And the Avalanche comes in to slow him up, but Owie 2000's there with another shock, makes it easy for Death Prophet to finish him off. And now Cheshire Cat, oh my gosh, what's he thinking? He just runs right into a double damage Death Prophet, takes a Crypt Swarm, and all of a sudden it's 3-0.
Cloud9's rune control just amazing. Like, they had the Earthshaker and the Shadow Shaman scout bottom for the 4-minute rune, and Death Prophet went top with the Doom. Both runes had 2 heroes there.
Wisp walking right into the danger zone once more. J4 in the jungle will get scouted out by Pile Die. I thought they may jump on the Wisp, but it looks like Cloud9 are just on the back foot here as we just Zik will tether to his friend. There's the Nightmare. Pile Die stuck in an odd position, but Fada's here. He has an Exorcism. Oh, this could be disastrous for Power Rangers. Fada will chase J4 that way, and Bone 7, he'll go straight for We Just Zik. And I don't know that he'll be able to finish off this kill. Fada's still doing what he can. There's the Stampede coming out from EE in the bottom lane. That helps Fada secure that kill onto the Bane, and now Bone 7 will make it back to the tower. Cheshire Cat needs to be careful. He'll fall to tower shots. Oh my gosh.
Thunderclap. He got caught by surprise by the Thunderclap from Bone 7. That does a lot of damage in slow. Like, the Wall Stomp is like your stable 2-second stun or whatever, and a bit of damage, but that Thunderclap does 150 damage with a 3-second slow, and that destroyed him at top and underneath the tower.
Yeah, and the drawback is that it's only 100 mana. I thought it was a lot more. Never mind. Bone 7 making the plays. Just good coordination across the map, and Eternal Envy helping out with that Stampede. That's part of the power of the Centaur. Getting all that solo XP as a nice early Stampede means you can help out the team from afar. So he'll just go back bottom, and EE is actually the leading farmer right now. We're 6 minutes in, and he has 1,500 gold towards the Blink Dagger.
Okay, so that's good news for EE, and he's, like you say, able to help out his team. Top lane again, some aggression coming up. Paladin's going to be just fine, though.
And Bone 7 comes in. He's not level 6. If he had a Doom, maybe they could have done something there. But I think more importantly, Pile Die survives. Brewmaster's not quite 6 either, so without Primal Split, he'll just pick it up right now. That ups his kill potential quite a bit. This Tiny now, his farm was looking pretty good, but starting to fall behind. 26 last hits compared to the 38 of the Death Prophet. And up top, Shotchlo takes a fissure and will force out the Primal Split. Never a good sign when that first split is used on the defensive. They'll start to do some damage to Bone 7, but the chance of a kill here seems pretty minimal. Back in the mid lane, looks like Moon took a lot of damage. Avalanche from the high ground keeps his Wisp alive. But yeah, this Brewmaster now won't be able to find much in the way of kills in the next 2 minutes, and he just goes straight for the Hand of Midas.
Yep. No problem. Oh, for the Brewmaster.
The Brewmaster, yeah.
I was
a little bit of
talking about the top lane. I was like, oh, Doom Midas, and I was like, wait, you said Brewmaster. Like, what?
Yeah.
I guess PR don't want to really. I think they lost mid lane, so they know they can't really team fight. And Brewmaster's like, even if I get a Blink Dagger, I can't really come team fight. So decides Midas is the way to go. It's definitely a debatable choice, but
yeah,
I think the reasoning is just that Batrider's not close to a Blink Dagger. He can't fight. Tiny's really far behind on level. Well, like he's not level 8. He doesn't have his combo, so.
Cheshire Cat's gonna fall on Brown Boots. He picks up. But he has 0 reliable gold, so it doesn't matter at all. He's still going to lose the maximum. His Bone 7 finds probably the easiest kill he'll get all game. Tiny's here with a toss, but oh, the sleep from J4 keeps Doom alive. Power Rangers. Right. Oh my gosh. I don't know what the opposite of the Megazord is, but that's exactly what they're doing right now. We just Zik will get picked off by Pile Die. 7-0 at the 8-minute mark, and Cloud9 are starting to run away with it.
Bottom lane. Here's the Blink.
Oh no, Cheshire Cat. He'll just TP and right to his death. That's it.
That was 2 deaths in less than 20 seconds. He respawned, TP'd, instantly died again. That's like the saddest thing that can happen to you as a Dota player.
And especially as a Batrider, is that blink timing is kind of the key facet to your impact in a game.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, mid lane, Fada gets a tier 1 tower, and this is This is a travesty.
Snowball. Yeah, no lane going well for PR right now.
Oh boy. Yeah, this Batrider, I don't know. I mean, he was off to a rough start in the bottom lane, but then his movements have just been very strange. He moved to the mid lane, and that was the beginning of his deaths, and after that, he's just lost all his momentum. No ward coverage in the jungle, and it was such an easy kill for the Doom. Now he'll start to kill some of the neutrals, but with only 900 gold at the 9-minute mark, he will have a very untimely blink with EE just
Dire's bottom
ready to
tower
keep
is under
controlling
attack.
tempos here. Down bottom, heard some Rasta wards. Yep, there's that snake sound. Aoi 2000 looking for a tower.
It's that point in the game where Aoi takes over the lane, he starts getting more farm, and Envy's like, okay, I'll go create space. He's looking for kills and like the most... He's at the enemy's secret shop trying to like
Dire's
flank the
bottom
middle
tower
lane, and
has fallen.
he's just like getting as aggressive as possible. And I think they're going to find the Wisp here mid.
Yeah, Fada's invisible.
Maybe
Everything
so.
at the ready. Centaur comes in. Double edge. Crypt Swarm enough to bring down the Wisp. Can't even react. Stampede used. They want to go on to Moon. He'll throw a toss. Has already used his Avalanche, and that should be a kill. Eternal Envy doing a lot of damage to himself, but in return, plenty to Tiny, and Fada will find a double kill as he now moves into a 5-0-2 KDA only 10 minutes into this match.
That was actually, like, most teams you'd see that, and they'd kill the Wisp but not get the Tiny, but they killed the Wisp not using Hoof Stomp. Envy blinked in double edge with a Crypt Swarm. Most teams would use the Hoof Stomp to get that kill. Envy says, no, we can get 2 kills, saves the stun, and gets the kill as well in the Tiny, and well, now the Doom at top, this is...
Yeah, he takes a Doom and a Fissure. Has a Primal Split, but to no avail. He'll take a double stun as the War Stomp comes through, and the Creeps will finish him off. That makes it 11-0. Bone 7 has now picked up his Hand of Midas, and just glancing at net worth, this is a pretty bad situation. Earthshaker is about on point with their position 1 Tiny.
This game's just going catastrophically bad for Power Rangers.
Yeah.
I feel for these. Batrider is finally once getting some uncontested farm in the jungle. He's not getting doomed. He's not getting blink hoof stomp. So we may see a blink in the next couple minutes. But that's... I mean, there'll be 2 blinks. I'll have Brewmaster and Batrider blink fairly soon. So I guess that's kind of the hope. The dream for comeback, but
yeah, the Hand of Midas Brewmaster, just it's something that we've seen intermittently throughout this group stage of Starladder, and I feel like every time I see it, it's just a sign that something's not going right if Brew feels he really needs that recovery Midas. And he's just one of those heroes, kind of like the Batrider, where his impact is really reliant on the timing of those initial items. The Blink Dagger, then either the BKB or Aghanim Scepter following that, and the Midas, even though it accelerates your farm later on, that's not really where Brew excels. He can be okay later on, but where he really excels is doing what Envy is doing on this Centaur right now. Getting a fast blink, moving around, controlling the tempos, and here they'll just shut down Shotchlo completely. Even the dunk from Pylai dies there to make it an easy kill. Make sure the Primal Split doesn't get off. And yeah, Centaur showing us what he's made of.
Top tower is under
yeah,
attack.
when you're getting this Midas, it's basically saying, well, we're screwed. We can't really fight right now, so I may as well get a Midas since... Blink Dagger. I'm not going to fight with a Blink Dagger, so you can farm with a Midas, but Envy knows what the Wisp is up to. He's like, okay, Wisp is stacking these camps, let's go hunt him down.
Power Rangers get their first kill of the game on Aoi 2000 down bottom, but now Moon caught by a Hoof Stomp. The Stampede used as well. We just sick. Gets off the tether. That pulls him onto this little high ground, and maybe he'll be okay, but a Crypt Swarm will finish him off. There you go. Fada finds it, and another double kill for the DP.
Oh, man. This is a massacre.
Yep, man. Shotchlo's Blink Dagger timing now set back
Dire's
even more, back down to
top tower is
1,400
under
gold.
attack.
And Blink Rider,
That
he's
has
almost
his.
there.
Yeah.
Just going to sit in the well and stack up that reliable gold, or unreliable gold, rather. And there you go.
Dire's top tower
But
has
they'll get
fallen.
another tower in exchange. Pastrun on Fada still has an Exorcism available. He's already level 11. That's a level 2 Exorcism at the 13-minute mark with now a Blink Dagger on the Doom.
And there's Serpent Wards as well, so they can just keep going for towers. They're actually going to go for a kill here on mid. Brewmaster.
Yep, he'll get hexed up. Fada has a silence available. He'll actually not use it. And Brew manages to get off the split. Maybe intentional, just to waste the cooldown.
I think there was miscommunication. Aoi thought Fata was going to silence. Fata thought Aoi was going to shackles. They just weren't sure who was doing what.
Doesn't really seem to matter. The split did next to nothing. Shotchlo dies as soon as he comes back out. J4 suffers a similar plight and will be another set of easy kills for C9.
Yeah. Maybe they were wasting the cooldown, but I think generally it's like just get the kill and then push the tower. So
yeah.
It's very easy tower now to follow. Surf wards get dropped, no one here to defend.
Dire's middle tower is under
And
attack.
Bone 7 does have his ultimate at the ready. Was looking for initiation on a Bat Rider. Doesn't find it, but the roster wards will
Radiant's
do
bottom
quite a bit of
tower
damage
is
to this
under
tower.
attack.
Another creep wave is on the
Dire's
way as
middle
Fada
tower
trying to
is
draw
under
some of the
attack.
tower aggro to keep the wards alive. And at least a few of them survive. Will still be a pretty easy tower. Even with Power Rangers coming back and respawning quickly, they
Radiant's
really have
bottom
no
tower
interest in
is under
taking a fight
attack.
right now. Even a mech is up on Envy.
Yeah.
Dire's middle tower is
Ill-advised to
under
probably
attack.
take a fight. This
Dire's middle
options
tower
limit.
has
Like they can
fallen.
farm their jungle. Batrider and Bane have smoked up, trying to make use of the Batrider Blink Dagger, but I'm not sure where you really go with the Blink. This is why the Brewmaster didn't go Blink, because he's like, okay, I get a Blink. Well, I still can't fight. So, I mean, I'm not to say Batrider should go Midas, but it's just really tricky to find kills right now if you're Power Rangers.
Yeah, and this is starting to look like a pretty insurmountable lead. We're past that 1,000 gold per minute mark, almost a 20,000 gold lead, somewhere about 12,000 experience in 15 minutes of gameplay. That will result in an early Blink Dagger on Owie 2000 Shadow Shaman, so plenty of long-range initiation. And this Brewmaster, even if he has an ultimate available, I don't see him getting it off anytime soon, as they have plenty of crowd controls to try and lock him down. Silence comes out, Envy gets caught inside of the lasso, but he'll just mech up. Now the Fiend's Grip on him. He's just too damn tanky. It'll be a 2-for-0 to get things started. Now they relocate. They have enough damage to bring down Envy, but Cheshire Cat taking a lot of damage from the Exorcism there. He'll go down. We just Zik off to the side, and this is looking like it'll be a full team wipe. Doom pops the ulti onto Moon, and there's your Fissure to slow him up. Ultra kill for Fada. It's a 1 for 5.
Yeah, this is where you consider GGing out. I mean, you've got tier 2s, but this game is just going all sorts of wrong for Power Rangers. Highest net worth on the Brewmaster at 4.5k. You've got Death Prophet approaching the 10k mark. This tier 2 bottom tower, I don't actually. They can get it with the
Dire's
Surfing
bottom
Ward. So yeah, this
tower
is
under attack.
Death Prophet hitting 10k net worth, and well, it's yeah, very grim for Power Rangers. No real way to get back in this game anymore.
Yep, I definitely agree. Brewmaster's still just on hand to Midas. Still hasn't even been able to find his Blink
Dire's
Dagger.
bottom tower has
Prophet will
fallen.
now pick up a Rod of Atos because, hey, why the hell not? Just pick up something now, a little tankiness, an extra slow, not too shabby. Pylai die with his Blink Dagger online, level 9 Earthshaker. Ugh. Yeah, I think it's just a matter of time. I don't really see any way Power Rangers can turn this around. It's one of those, even if Cloud9 do a full 5-man wipe into their tier 4s and then do it again, I think they're still in pretty damn good shape.
Yeah, it's this is barring the biggest of all possible throws. This is very over in a lot of ways. Not to any hype this, but gotta call it how you see it sometimes.
Yeah, I feel like trying to hype it up is even more disingenuous.
Oh, no.
Just like, yeah, you know, maybe Blink Dagger, he's gonna split and then get killed. Yeah, it's just they're so far behind. I mean, Bone 7 has 3,300 gold up on himself, and whatever he wants to pick up, he will be able to
Radiant's
grab
middle
momentarily
tower
here.
is under
Owie
attack.
2000 even
Dire's
working
top
towards an
tower
Aghanim
is under
Scepter.
attack.
4 Blink Daggers on the side of Cloud9, and finally Brewmaster will find his at the 17-minute mark. But as we've talked about, just too little too late. The damage output just isn't there.
I mean, the good news is he's
Dire's
level
top
11
tower
thanks
is
to
under
Midas
attack.
to get the extra XP, so it is a level 2 ultimate, but even so, there's so much damage from Cloud9. They're not gonna. There's also so much survivability. Like, tanky heroes have got a mech. They don't really. They're not really too afraid of this Brewmaster ultimate. Maybe they lose one like the last fight, like when the
Radiant's
Tiny comes in
bottom
with his
tower is
combo and a
under attack.
Brewmaster ultimate, maybe you lose that
Radiant
one target,
structures
but
are fortified.
at worst you're having like a 1 for 4 or a 1 for 3 or even a 1 for 5 trade, so...
Yeah. Yeah, the Tiny still has a lot of burst damage. If he catches one of the supports, certainly can get a pick off. But it will be a
J4?
tier 2 for tier 1 exchange. Power Rangers in an awkward position here, not really ready to defend this high ground
Dire's
push.
top tower
They do
is
have a
under
glyph
And-
available, Fada with the ultimate, but this
Dire's
tower will
structures
melt
are
pretty damn
fortified.
fast. Bat Rider
Cloud9
gets his
have high ground vision with a ward too. This helps them out so much.
Yep, and oh, down on the bottom side here, Shotchlo will get doomed. They'll jump on him, and looks like Brewmaster won't be getting an ult off anytime soon. He might be able to make it back to the well, but doesn't seem like it. Bane will get picked off, and that will be 2 for 0 to get it started. Moon comes in with a toss, just not enough damage to come out. We just Zik
Dire's
gets
top tower
juiced
is
by the
under
Death
attack.
Prophet. Tiny, he survives, but the tower's gone down. Top lane of Rax will fall. Fada looks like he needs to do some shopping here. He'll head over to the Fire Bush, check out the Secret shop, no, he's still hanging on to his goal. But there you go.
Dire's top
18 minutes.
barracks
GG
has
well
fallen.
played. Not a moment too soon.
Dire's
24
top
to 2.
barracks has
Cloud9
fallen.
just wipe up the floor with Power Rangers. They took the Megazord and Eternal Envy broke it over his knee.
Victory.
Yeah, that was some good old-fashioned stomping happening right there, and it's one of those things. Like, a few things go wrong, your lanes fall apart, and that'll happen. Like, even when you have evenly matched up teams, even when you have like some of the best that happens to even the best teams in the world. Like, you look at TIs, and some top-tier teams have been shut out of games. So Cloud9, yeah, just dominating from them.
Yeah, hopefully Power Rangers can take heed to the advice of Taylor Swift and shake it off before their next match. They'll have a long time to sit back and think about it. Our next game is scheduled to start in like an hour from now. So we'll have yet another long break here, folks, and our final game of the day will be Power Rangers versus Alliance. You got anything else, Parker? I feel like there's not much else to add to this one.
Nothing at all, mate. Nothing at all.
All right. So more music coming your way, guys. Stay tuned because we have one more match coming up for our Starladder EU coverage today.